Hello, I'm Kyle Byrne here in the Iona College Television Studio with Magee Hickey, reporter for PIX 11 News in New York City. Thank you for being here, Magee.
My pleasure. I love this TV studio. Students are all so smart. You're ready to take my job.
Yes, we have a nice setup here.
Yes.
So talk about how you got started as a reporter.
Oh, do we have enough time? I've been doing this in New York City for 32 years. Another 4 years in Providence, Rhode Island. How I got started. I grew up in New York City, Upper East Side of Manhattan, went to private school, and I took a course in my junior year in high school on how New York City works, how the court system works. We toured public housing. I remember thinking, this is really interesting and I want to know more about it. I didn't quite know how I was going to find out more. For a while, I thought maybe I wanted to go to law school and be a public defender. I always had a sense of social justice. I wanted to do something to help people, but I didn't quite know. Then I went to college. I was also interested in acting, interested in music. And it wasn't until a professor in my junior year, I was taking a non-fiction writing class at Brown. I was a semiotics major, whatever that really is. And he suggested TV news. And once I walked into a TV newsroom, that was junior year, Providence, Rhode Island, 1976, started interning in that summer. I just loved it. I loved the excitement of a TV newsroom. I thought the people were so smart. It was something different every day. You have a different challenge every day. You go cover a story, and you work so hard to cover it the best way you can. And then even if you didn't succeed 100%, the next day you've got another story to cover. So anyway, that's the short version. So I started that way, and I love it. I love it still to this day.
So you started in Providence, then what?
Then I begged for the next job. So the first job, I started in Providence, Rhode Island. My first job was in radio in my senior year. I got a paying job at a radio station, WPRO, a great radio station. But I really wanted TV. I love radio, but I really thought working with pictures, the excitement of a TV newsroom. So my first job, paying job, was in radio. I couldn't get a TV news job. Then someone offered me a job at United Press International, and that bureau chief said it would be good to work there for a year, working on your writing. And then finally I got hired at WTEV, Channel 6, New England. New Bedford. It was a split market. It was New Bedford, Providence in New England. And then they changed their call letters. They changed their affiliate. They were the lowest rated CBS affiliate in the country. It was not a strong station, but a great group of people. And often you learn from going to a not really established, successful place. It was a place that was working hard, the little engine that could. So when I got there, I was a camera woman, I was a reporter, then the anchor left in the middle of the night, and they had me anchoring, and I did a little bit of everything. So,
You told me earlier that you got your job in Providence on Christmas.
Yes.
What a nice Christmas present.
My first paying job, radio, WPRO. They didn't have a female in the newsroom. They said, your first day is Christmas Day. So I call home my parents. I had never missed Christmas with my parents on East 66th Street in New York City. And I had to say, I'm not coming home for Christmas. And my parents did not take it well because they really wanted their children to work in New York. They said, you really want to take a job that starts Christmas Day, but there's a lesson for you and everyone else your age. Take whatever job. Take whatever job. And I'm still working Christmas Day. I actually do a cabaret song about singing and working on Christmas Day, and some silly live remote. But this past Christmas, I work.
Well, that's just the life of a reporter.
Yes.
Currently, Brian Williams is in the media. And as a journalist, what are your thoughts on Brian Williams lying?
On his lying. Oh, it's so tough. It's so complicated because I worked with Brian. He was at Channel 2 when I was at Channel 4, and I like him as a person. I believe in second chances. I don't know why he had to lie. He was already so successful. And isn't it enough being on the helicopter behind the helicopter that's shot at? Isn't it enough to see a body floating not from your hotel room? So that really concerns me that he had to embellish. But I believe in second chances because I've had them.
Yeah.
Maybe his future isn't being an anchorman. Maybe it's a talk show host.
He certainly makes many appearances on talk shows.
And he's charming and witty, and you know, he's got so much going for him. I'd like to see him somewhere. I don't know if he can be an anchorman because of the credibility factor now. Maybe we'll see him in a talk show. What do you think?
I think that, well, you know, I'm a college student and I'm studying, you know, how to be ethical and, you know, be a journalist. And I think that, you know, he lied, and I think that he should. It's not something that should be taken lightly, you know.
Right.
We'll see. Only time will tell.
Right.
My last question before we wrap up: what advice do you have for aspiring broadcast journalists like myself?
Be as aggressive as possible in looking for a job, and be open to anything that pays, and even to some things that don't pay, if you can swing it. Get as many skills as you can. Know how to edit, work on your writing, know how to shoot. But just be so hardworking. I look back, and I don't mean to say, oh, I'm so perfect, but I worked 7 days a week starting out. I'm so impressed when I worked at New York One, the young cameramen and women I worked with. They'd be working 5 days a week at New York One at age 22, but they had college loans, and the pay wasn't that great. So they were waiting on tables. They were doing anything they could while they were pursuing their journalism dream. So just be open to many possibilities, and just be as aggressive as possible. Find mentors. Find people that will give you advice. You can have my email. But, you know, it's tough out there. Everybody wants to work in this business for a reason, because it's fun, it's intellectual, it's challenging. It can change people's opinions of things. You can do good work. You can help people. There's so much that's great about it. So you just have to be aggressive.
Well, I appreciate your advice, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to speak with our class. So thank you very much.
My pleasure. Good luck to you, Kyle.
Thank you. For ICTV News, I'm Kyle Byrne.